YouTube, what the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here, back in Total War Rome 2, where I hope I have a great battle for you here. I'm sure I do, because you can see it's a Blademaster battle. I have not had a chance to play any Rome 2 online battles this week. I've been either spending that time recording some campaign, or doing a little bit of work on Arena, and elsewhere I just haven't had time. So glad that Blademaster sent these. The timing is good, and he usually has great battles for you, and you all are past due for some good Rome 2 action. So let's jump in. This is a Parthia-Massilia battle, and the rules that he told me for this one was that it's max 6 of the same unit type, meaning max 6 melee infantry, max sense melee cav, max 6 shock cav, you know, so on and so forth, and then max 4 of the same unit, so like no more than 4 Parthian swordsmen or 4 Parthian horse archers or whatever it is. So that's the rule set, which means that Massilia can't bring too many spear infantry or melee infantry or so on and so forth. Which ought to make this very interesting. And then for Parthia, for instance, you know, Parthia actually ought to do pretty decent under these rule sets because they have good units in so many different categories. So, and Massilia kind of does too. You got the mercenary Celtic warriors, the axe warriors, the Massilian Thurio spears, Massilian hoplites. You definitely have a good variety. So I think both of these factions could potentially be pretty well suited to these rules. Let's take a look at overall at the army. Blademaster's got a couple of mercenary Sarmatian horse archers that are kind of working the front here. Then back here he's got, looks like 2 more Sarmatian horse archers. Down the center, 4 Parthian foot. These are probably Eastern cataphracts that I'm seeing, or no, 1 Eastern, 1 Royal, 1 Eastern. So 3 Eastern, 1 Royal. General is another Royal Cataphract, and there's an Indian War Elephant all the way in the back. Interesting choice. 1 more Eastern Cataphract here too, so definitely 6 shot cavalry on the field for Blademaster. And then the army looks like 3 Massilian Thurio spears up front for Obelix. It's a pretty good choice. That's a solid unit. 4 axe warriors, another good choice in my mind. 2 Celtic warriors in the flanks, good place for Celtic warriors. Nice charge, solid weapon damage. 4 Massilian hoplites make up a strong center. And his cavalry is going to be 4 citizen cav there. Another Massilian Thurio spear in the back. These guys are spear infantry, are they not? So technically this means that he exceeded the max 6 of the same unit type because he's got 8 spear infantry. Seems like it to me. Oh well, maybe it... yeah, I don't know. Maybe Blademaster just didn't care. Skirmish-wise, he's got a Celtic Slinger over here. And another one here. Good for pushing back horse archers. Nice formation here. Keeping the Massilian Thurio spears. If you keep these guys at the right distance, the horse archers can't get close enough to put shots on your cavalry. So there's kind of a line where you can keep them. And shooting at the cheap spear units is not generally a good trade for the horse archers. So Thurio spears, Levy Freeman, Libyan hoplites, that kind of stuff, they can be effective at screening off horse archers. Looks like this is a long battle, so we're bound to get some skirmishing phase here. Let's kind of fast forward and watch some of that. Let's see what Blademaster does. He's going to move up a little bit with his cataphracts, put a little pressure, just hanging back with the center here. Doesn't feel like he's in any need to be in a hurry there. Takes some shots. Doesn't lose anything though. Blademaster's just going to be patient and use his mercenary Sarmatian horse. And Obelix is also going to be patient, Obelix, and just bide his time. Hopefully, he's probably hoping that Blademaster will make a mistake in his micro. Like right there, he loses a couple of horse archers, 3 of them. Blademaster doing a good job baiting out some volleys from the Thurio spears, though, there. So the Thurio spears using up ammo is never good for them. Killing some Celtic slingers. Not going to be... I mean, it's always useful to take skirmishers off the field, but Celtic slingers are cheap. Cheeky little charge there from Blademaster that took out quite a few Celtic slingers. 20 losses, though, to his horse archers, so probably not worth it in the end there. We'll see. Got more horse archers coming right in here, and they are now going to charge the Celtic slingers. So Blademaster getting very gutsy here with his horse archers. He's going to get caught probably here. He's going to run off, though. He's going to make it. Gets away from the citizen cav. A couple of nice charges into the Celtic slingers. Fairly minimal damage. Gonna get some rear shots on these Massilian Thurio spear. Well, almost did. His guys didn't shoot in time, so minimal damage there. Javelin volley off. Killed 3 horse archers. So the horse archer's getting a little bit damaged, but any damage they can do at this point is going to really help out the cataphracts and the other units. Let's go ahead and fast forward again. Cataphract's pushing these slingers over here. I doubt they'll actually come in, though, because so many javelins. Blademaster's gonna have to watch it. He's almost on the edge of the javelin range for these Axe Warriors. And he would be fighting pretty close to infantry support, so he really does not want an engagement here. But those Citizen Cav, they can catch his Eastern Cataphracts, and they'll get more kills than he'd like in extended melee. So if I were Obelix, I would consider moving up and trying to support this fight here and force Blademaster's hand to lose an Eastern Cataphract. Because this is not an extended fight. Yep, here he goes. He's going to bring out Celtic Warriors over here, or Axe Warriors. Axe Warriors ought to do pretty good against the armor of Cataphracts. Cataphracts are winning this battle fairly handily, though. We'll see if they can finish it off in time. Horse Archers got caught by Citizen Cav out here. Quick Cataphract charge, killing 31 Massilian Thurio Spears. Cataphracts only taking 2 losses, but they better run. More Cataphracts inbound to try and finish off the Thurio Spears, though. Blademaster in a very wide charging formation here could be very damaging. Thurio Spears getting into square in the nick of time. Axe Warrior is going to get charged too, and then Massilian Hoplites charging. Still getting kills even because of this, even with the square. So the Eastern Cataphracts definitely getting some kills. They have to disengage here though, which could be, yeah, it wasn't too costly. Taking losses to Citizen Cav with Cataphracts always sucks. Blademaster's gonna have to, oh, that was a nasty javelin volley from the Axe Warriors, and if they, yeah, this is, ooh, that's rough for Blademaster. Taking losses on that Cataphract, but that Citizen Cav is now destroyed, and he might be able to pincer these units here. He's going to pull out and away here with the Eastern Cataphracts. He's destroyed a Citizen Cav out here. Looks like he's done some damage with these Cataphracts. Horse Archer's just standing here right next to Obelix's troops. Look like both players are busy microing elsewhere. He might be able to, oh no, not with that Citizen Cav. I was going to say he could be able to charge here and then here. But it looks like instead he's going to go for the Citizen Cav with a trample charge. Going to get a lot of kills on the Citizen Cav. Nice rear charge in coming into all these units that are not braced, so he's going to get a lot of kills here with the Eastern Cataphracts. That ought to be a devastating charge, almost Attila-esque, if he waits long enough for the kills, which he did okay there. He got quite a few kills, not quite an Attila charge, but still pretty good. Axe Warriors out here really jacked up that Eastern Cataphract. That's rough for Blademaster. But he's doing a decent amount of damage in some respects. Well, this Eastern Cataphract actually does not have enough kills for as many losses as it's taken. He's going to go ahead and try a rear charge real quick onto this Axe Warrior to get a few more kills, but that unit's pretty much gone. And it's Blademaster's fighting a long way from the support of his skirmishers. He doesn't have any infantry, so he's just a long way from his skirmishers. I'm not sure why he's waiting so long, but now he's going to move those guys up. He probably needs to get rid of some Massilian Thurio Spears and more Javelins. Get another rear charge here. His Eastern Cataphracts so far, none of them have gotten really an impressive number of kills. The Javelins here are going to be devastating. These Cataphracts are going to destroy that Massilian Thurio Spear, but the more he pushes forward, just the more Javelins he takes here. Maybe he thinks this is worth it, because if he can take the Javelins, his Elephants can come in and finish business here. Possibly, I don't know. I don't know what Blademaster's angle is here, or if it was just a mistake. Here comes a trample charge into the Massilian Hoplites. Gonna kill a decent number of them, I would think. Didn't get a huge charge speed there, but definitely dropping some Hoplites. If he finishes them off with a rear charge from his Royal Cataphract General, that could be appropriate. He has lost almost all of his Eastern Cataphracts. Still quite a few Massilians on the field, including some Citizen Cavalry, which now leaves all of these Parthian foot archers in pretty extreme danger. I would think these Citizen Cav want to get over here as quickly as possible, and that's exactly what they're going to do, almost like they're following my red line. No, what are they doing? They're all going over here. They want to pin down this these Royal Cataphracts. I would have just gone for the archers. Here he goes. Now he's going to go for the archers. Blademaster better do something about this. He can use his elephants to potentially protect, and he's got this unit of Eastern Cataphracts. Actually, this Eastern Cataphract's done pretty well for itself. Elephants are going to scare off the Citizen Cav here, and then the Cataphracts they come in, but oh, it would be terrible if he lost some of these Eastern archers. He does not want to lose the... Oh, don't fire into your own elephants, Blademaster. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay, it looks like he's firing over here. Air's getting worked up over nothing. Royal Cataphracts trying to get away. They're going to charge the back of that Massilian Hoplite. Should get... they might kill it, actually. But they're taking losses from disengaging from other units. Yep. this is what I was worried about, that the Citizen Cav being faster would just kind of slip through and keep going for the archers. Blademaster's got to get over here and get over here quick and dispatch the Citizen Cav. He might have just told his archers to stand and fight so his Citizen Cav could, or so he would catch the Citizen Cav. But yeah, you can see that they've attacked and just pushed on through. He might be able to rout the Citizen Cav here, we'll see. Cataphract's working over some Massilian Hoplites. Dangerous charge to get into guys like that who have such good armor piercing and extended melee stats, but I mean, those are probably the units that Blademaster is most concerned about in terms of tankiness and cavalry killing potential. Because really, if he can get rid of the javelins and other stuff, his elephants could potentially work over the whole Massilian army and not be killed. If he can keep them from being bogged down. Cycle charges from the Royal Cataphracts, he's going to hurry up and get out of there. I don't see javelins coming off these Celtic warriors. Either Obelix is saving them, or they're out of javelins. Out of javelins would be a better scenario for Blademaster. Still a couple of Cataphract units left for Blademaster. He needs them. He needs all of his units at this point. Some Massilian Thurio Spears pushing the archers up here. These Royal Cataphracts should be able to wreck these units, but the elephants could too if these guys are out of javelins, and they probably are because Obelix is retreating. This is going to be an interesting late game. Really depends on how many javelins Obelix has left. If he does not have many javelins, he is in trouble. His only prayer versus the elephant. Oh, this is so bad for Blademaster here. Losing these Parthian foot archers, they can be so handy in combat. Yeah, he needs to save as many of these guys as he can. And it looks like this unit is... Oh, it's going to be rough. We'll see if it shatters. Taking a lot of losses. Yeah, oh, but it eats a javelin volley from here, which is actually great, because now that Massilian Thurios doesn't have it to throw at the elephants. But it's bad for the general. The general's losing men. This Massilian Hoplite's not going to get braced. It's going to take pretty heavy losses on the charge there. Say that, it actually did not take many losses. That's kind of sucks for Blademaster. That was a trample charge too. Those archers should come back into combat, but the ones that were killed lost their ammunition, and I believe that they have most of their ammunition left. They're going to be firing here at these Axe Warriors. Not sure why the Axe Warriors, probably because they're potentially a javelin-wielding unit. Again, if he can get rid of any javelins, Blademaster should have this game in the bag, because the elephants should be able to wreck everything else, especially with a little bit of Cataphract help. So this game could swing either way, depending on the precursor javelins remaining. Obelix spreading out into true spaghetti here to minimize the effect of Blademaster's skirmishers. Definitely a good choice. I'm assuming these guys probably do have javelins, which is why he's keeping them in front. So Blademaster will probably want to keep a safe distance and just continue to use his archers the way that he is. Kind of keeps cycle charging this Massilian Hoplite unit. He's probably going to want to assist here with the other one to make it to where he can disengage. You can see he's sacrificing a horse archer to get his general out of there. That's good. This unit of Cataphracts has gotten a lot of kills. Yeah, and he's going to want to cycle back here immediately with the general, see if he can finish this unit off. Looks like he's not going to, though, at the moment. This Cataphract unit get knocked off the field, so Blademaster down to only a few units here. He's not suffering the army losses penalty yet. Gonna shoot up the Massilian general a little bit here. It's a good choice. He's using precision shot, which unfortunately will make his guys exhausted. The Massilian Hoplite's very tanky, though. They're gonna be able to absorb a lot of archer fire, especially all spaghettied out like this. He's gonna pull away from that charge. I would sandwich this unit right here, to be honest. Yeah, I'm not sure he should take that charge because his guys aren't really in the proper formation, and his archers should be able to do a better job. Ooh, if these guys have javelins, this could be ugly. No javelins yet. Really weird charge coming in here for the Royal Cataphracts. Gonna get a lot of kills, I think, and if they can disengage relatively easy, it should be okay. The elephants came in and wrecked this Massilian Hoplite. Good choice, because there's really nothing here that can... Yeah, there's nothing in this vicinity that can throw javelins, so Blademaster tying these units down has allowed him to wreck straight through these 3 units, and if he can kill the Massilian general here, that's huge. I'm guessing these Thurio Spears have ammo because they have an attack order on the elephants. Let's see whether or not they get a toss. They have not. A few javelins coming loose there from this melee but it did not run the elephants amok, so this is very, very good for Blademaster at the moment. Obelix needs to do everything he can to get a javelin-bearing unit up here. The elephants are just absolutely wrecking right now. Blademaster, though, going to lose his general in this attempt, and that may be enough to rout the rest of his army. But the numbers are still not heavily against Blademaster or Obelix. Blademaster going to come right back for more with the elephants, which is risky because he's shooting. Yep, his elephants have gone berserk. So it's kind of up to the whim of fate now. Ooh, that's rough. The Celtic Slingers firing in here too. The elephants do not need that right now. They are getting massive kills though, even while they're berserking because they're still moving, but the fire from the Celtic Slingers is going to be damaging. Blademaster probably trying to snipe the Massilian general. Indian War Elephants continuing to rack up kills. Blademaster really needs this. They're actually doing a pretty good job while running berserk for him. They've managed to rack up a considerable number of kills while berserk. They're probably going to continue to go berserk as long as these Celtic Slingers keep firing. He's actually firing into his own elephants a little bit here too. Losing elephants now, but 344 kills was no small number, and it's actually tilted the numbers in the favor of Blademaster quite a bit. And if he has enough ammo left on these Parthian foot archers, he ought to be in good shape. Here comes a cataphract charge into these axe warriors. His elephants still running amok, only 2 elephants left. They ought to be dropping though, but they're still gonna get more kills. This is huge for Blademaster. The elephants running berserk and still getting these kills for him. Not getting a ton, but they're getting kills. 1 or 2 at a time. I guess they're really not doing much at this point. I thought they were going to do more than that. Poor elephants are just getting peppered with projectiles from every direction. And they just kind of walking right in front of that line, almost useful, but not quite. I can't believe these guys haven't died yet. There's arrow fire coming in from... Oh, it's going to plow through the general's unit again. That's favorable for Blademaster. There goes another elephant, so only 1 left. There it goes. So the elephants in the end got quite a few kills, about 350. Quite a few units left on the field for Obelix. We'll see whether Blademaster has the ammo to pull this off, because all he has left is archers. So Obelix can now just basically bum rush each unit and send it running. Let's see if that's what he does. This one must have been out of ammo because Blademaster sacrifices them. Yep, he's out of ammo. So it's going to be a close battle. But Obelix is going to take this one. The patience and the infantry army pays off. Blademaster doing a good job at getting a lot of kills. Losing those elephants definitely threw it against him. Not that they didn't do well. I mean, 357 kills is pretty dang good. And obviously Blademaster get a lot more kills there, even though he lost, but it's because he brought so few men compared to what Obelix brought. So very interesting game between the two of these, taking two kind of opposing army ideas. No infantry, all cavalry, missile heavy, missile light, lots of infantry, and a little bit of weaker cavalry. So two very opposite approaches. Seeing them clash was definitely interesting. Hope you all enjoyed this battle. I'll be back with more soon. HeirofCarthage, signing off for now.